There we go.
There we go.
Oh, there we are. Hey, you. Hey, there's your Chucky.
Yeah, yeah, I'm
Hang
a
on a minute.
huge Chucky fan.
Let's see if I can. How do I switch cameras? Switch the direction. There we go. And there's mine.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
That's from the movie, the toy store, and the Child's Play 1.
That is
When,
amazing doll right there.
say again?
That doll just looks amazing. I've been trying to look for something like that,
Oh,
but
you'll never find one. They're all fake.
yeah, they're so hard to find. They're so expensive, and it's
Oh, that's
crazy.
ridiculous. They're $8,000, and they're fake. And they'll tell you, props, screen used, by Ed Gale, and then people will buy it and show me, and I'll say, you got screwed, kiddo.
Right. So this is amazing. I never thought that I'd be talking to Ed Gale.
And I'm talking to Jeff Soares.
Yeah. So you've been in a lot of movies, like what, like over 100 movies and TV shows.
Yes, I had a wonderful career, 25 years.
Wow, 25 years.
Yep.
So what made you become an actor? Like how did that all happen?
No reason to live. Um, um, I was about 8 years old, and I saw The Wizard of Oz, and it had nothing to do with the little people or the munchkins or anything like that.
Hmm.
I saw um, in the credits, Dorothy and Auntie Em and Uncle Henry. Their last name was Gale, Gale, same as mine.
Oh, all right.
And I just, 8-year-old kid, like, they see a spaceship and say, I'm going to do that. And you see a race car, and I'm going to do that. Well, I saw my name, my last name, in the movie credits, and I said, I'm going to do that. And, you know, 15 years went by, and I hitched a ride to California. I had $41 in my pocket, and I just went for it. And my very, very first audition, um, and which led to my first rejection, which led to my first callback, and which led to my first job, and that was Howard the Duck.
Nice.
So Howard the Duck was my very first acting role, and then Spaceballs, and then Child's Play 1.
So Howard the Duck was also the very first Marvel movie, right?
Yeah, I don't know if it was billed as that, but it was
Mm,
a Marvel character.
right.
It was not a Marvel movie. I don't think Marvel. I don't think Marvel was even in existence as a movie company. I
No,
may be
no.
wrong, but I don't think so. I think they were still doing, comic books and things. But I believe Frank Price, the vice president of Universal, owned the rights because he bought it in the hopes. And George Lucas was always a fan. He'd
Right.
always wanted to do it, but the technology was never there
Mm,
to bring the duck to life until Star Wars. And then a lot of the technology that he needed for Star Wars did not exist.
right.
He created it. He said, I need a machine, I need a computer that will do this. Well, there's no such thing. Well, make it.
Right.
And they did. So, other than the fact that it was a box office disaster, it's still a cult classic and everybody loves it. So,
I mean, I think people love it more today than when it came
yeah,
out. You know, because
well, that's what cult classics do.
yeah,
They generate an underground following. So, the thing of it is with everybody as far as George Lucas, Steven Spielberg. Michael Jackson, Elvis Presley, Whitney Houston, whoever. We love to build them up so we can tear them down.
Right.
And Lucas was making way too much money, having way too much success, and Howard the Duck was the perfect target to finally nail him, you know?
Now you worked
With,
with Leah Thompson, right?
yes, that was her second or third film.
Oh wow.
Because she had already done, I think she'd already done one of the Back to the Futures, and did she do Red Dawn? Because her first film was Jaws 3D.
Mm.
That was her first film, but yep. Leah Thompson, Jeffrey Jones, Tim Robbins, um, Holly Robinson, Pete. Great cast.
Wow, that's. I love that movie, Howard the Duck. I got it on VHS still.
Yeah, I think I do too. I didn't get it on Laserdisc, but I have signed some Laserdiscs, and I wish I would have gotten one just for the sake of it. But
Right.
I never had a Laserdisc player. But I just when you're young, you don't think what some
Mm.
of the stuff was. You know, I managed to keep a pair of the hands. I own the original Chucky hands, the original Howard the Duck hands, the original Chucky shirt. But I wasn't. I was just more in the mind of keeping something from every movie I worked on. I wasn't in the mindset of keeping everything I possibly could
Right.
because the value would be there. But in the 1990s, Universal threw anything to do with Howard the Duck in the dumpster,
Yeah.
and that's why when people tell you they have this or that, they don't.
Mm.
So
Now with
that's for them.
Child's Play, how was that being Chucky, like wearing the mask, working with?
Well, I'd already done that for Howard the Duck, so that wasn't new. Chucky was new. I can't say it was exciting because it's like Robert England the first time he played Freddy Krueger, and it's a freaking role. It's another job.
Right.
But by the time two or three came along, he's like, wow, I'm freaking Freddy Krueger. And 10 years ago, I would never believe that.
Mm.
Well, same with Chucky. First time, it's a movie. It's a job. They need a little person in a suit to help them do what the puppet can't do. It's a job. I have to, hit my mark, watch my lighting, da 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 da, go home. And then the second one came along. It's like, wow, Chucky's a character. Chucky's real now. And then personal reasons, I turned down number three. Um, and then when the Bride of Chucky came along, Universal was, why was one and two so good and three not? And they explained that they didn't have me in the suit. They couldn't move Chucky in number three, so they had to move the camera.
Mm.
And they said, and it was a very humbling experience, and they said, if you don't have Ed Gale, you don't have the money. You don't have the green light. So that was complimentary. But they did the same bullshit that they did, which caused me to turn number three down. So I was done with the whole franchise, um, which was good because the Seed of Chucky killed the franchise anyway.
Yes, I agree. Seed of Chucky is
So,
horrible.
of all the movies I've turned down, and very few, by the way, I'm not some arrogant actor. When you don't get a role, you say, "Oh, I turned that down." No, you didn't. You didn't get it, dummy. You know. But I have. We turned down Mini Me. We turned down uh, Willow. Actually, I turned down Willow because it was audition after audition after audition, and they kept, we haven't decided yet. We're not sure which way we want to go. Yada yada yada, and uh, Child's Play came along with a contract, no audition, and handpicked by Tom Holland and Kevin Yeager. So that's called If Come versus Income,
All right.
and I took the Income. So I got lucky by turning down the seat of Chucky. I didn't hurt myself.
Yeah, me and my favorite movies were one, two, and Bride. Bride of Chucky to me was a little like a more comedy and horror.
Well, they were laughing at themselves
Mm,
before before they got laughed out of town. They decided to lighten it up and laugh at themselves.
mm.
And ironically, those were the only three I worked on.
Now, what do you think of Curse of Chucky?
Watched a little bit of it. Um, it was rushed.
Yeah,
I felt that they just ran through it. Um, the CGI was horrible. They could have done much better. But with no budget, you don't get Lucas, you don't get Spielberg.
mm,
Um, I just didn't. It just wasn't. It, it's to me. Don Mancini wrote the original Child's Play, and then Tom Holland and John LaFia rewrote the script,
all right.
and then Chucky became, because the original concept was Chucky was always going to be a doll,
Yeah,
and the boy was doing all the killing. And I don't know if they should have left that, or if they should have stayed with Tom Holland. I don't know, but they did what they did, and it gave us Child's Play 1 and 2. I think 3 was just a cranked out sequel.
mm,
But then the Bride of Chucky came along, and Don Mancini came out of the closet as being gay, which I could care less. My husband and I have been together for 15 years, so I'm not obviously going to judge anybody.
all right.
But it seems typical when someone does that, they want to infuse that topic of everything they do. So the little gay boy who got hit by the bus in Bride of Chucky and splattered by the bus
Yeah,
was freaking hot. It was an awesome stunt and an awesome, made the whole audience jump out of their seats. But that's just, it wasn't in the original script. They just threw that in there. Um, the seat of Chucky, with this doll being sexually confused.
yeah, that was
Did he want?
weird.
Did he want to be a boy? Did he want to be a girl? Um, the Curse of Chucky, the lesbian kiss,
Yeah,
which the only thing that bothered me was it came from nowhere and it went nowhere. It was just stop, let the two ladies kiss, and just move on. And if you were going to develop a lesbian relationship or whatever, fine. Ellen did it. Do what you're gonna do, but go with it.
all right.
It would be no different than in the Chucky movies. Uh, Brad Dourif and the cop, share a kiss and never again, nothing.
Mm,
And to be like, what the fuck was that all about?
yeah,
You know? And so I'm really interested to look. I don't know if I'll watch the Curse of Chucky. I'll be the Cult of Chucky. I say I won't, and I know I will. Um, because I want to see Alex, and I want to see. The only thing I'm thinking, I don't want the audience to get their hopes up. Because remember, the last time you saw Andy, he was 6 years old.
yeah, exactly.
He's 36, and he's got a baby face. If they shave his beard, maybe he could play 20s, but he's not going to play 6, 7, 8, or 9. So people, if you get that image blocked in your head, then you get disappointed.
Mm,
You know. So if they do that well, but I also heard It was a 30-day shoot. Jennifer only worked 6 days. Andy only worked 10. So it's a lot of rushing again. No idea what the story's about, which I'm glad. I like that. But I don't know. Are they trying to resurrect Chucky? Are they trying to reboot it? I don't know. They're gonna take it in another direction.
I'm just
You know.
worried about the doll, the way the doll looks. Because with the Curse of Chucky, the doll looked very strange.
Yeah.
I did not like it, and I don't like CGI in horror movies.
Well, but that was also, don't forget, Kevin Yeager,
Mm,
um, not being attached to the franchise and
right,
switching to Tony Gardner. Both equally, great in their field. It's just two different people with two
right,
different ideas and two different thoughts. It's like the little Chucky doll behind you. It looks nothing like the on-screen Chucky, but everybody knows it's Chucky.
exactly, yeah.
So, um, and you've probably seen toy stores, lots of little Chucky dolls.
Yeah,
Some look really good, some look horrible, but you still know it's Chucky.
exactly, yeah.
Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, the hockey mask or whatever. Hockey mask. Talk about the simplest costume to make. That was just freaking brilliant. Instead of trying to make $1 million mask, put a freaking hockey mask on him and call it good. Make a movie.
Exactly.
Put all the money in the story with Jamie Lee, and all that. Make it a story with actors. Quit trying to put all the money into the effects. And so it's going to be interesting. I'm not a critic. I don't claim to be. I just know what I like, and I do not like horror. I'm not a horror fan at all. I don't watch any gory film. I've never seen Saw, Scream,
Mm,
whatever. Don't like them. My husband loves them all. He worked for many years in the emergency room, so trust me, he's seen worse than you'll ever see.
right, yeah.
And he enjoys being scared, but he loves roller coasters, and I think there's a correlation there. People love to be scared, or people don't, and
Mm.
I'm a don't.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big horror fan, but when it comes to roller coasters, I can't do it. I'm a big baby with roller coasters.
Um, do you think it has to do with your size? Because it
Uh,
does with mine. With
with my,
me, I don't feel
yeah,
like I'm going to fall out, and with you, you might feel like you're not. Is it locked? Is it? You know,
exactly. Because, like, how many clicks? I only hear
yeah,
one click. There's supposed to be more than one click, so the bar can make sure it's
yep.
tight.
And then you can't breathe. It's bad for your health as a big
Yep.
guy. For me, I feel like I'm going to slide under. And my head hits the back of the seat, not the
Mm.
foam cushion. So I hit the metal and I'm banging around. I'm like, no,
No, it's
no.
not comfortable
I,
at all.
I love being on the ground. Mr. Toad's Wild Ride is about as wild as I get.
No,
So what you think? What you think when you got the gold ticket?
um, I was shocked. I mean, I knew there was going to be something awesome with Chucky, but I had no idea that I'd be talking to you. Like, this is like really huge,
Uh,
because like I've actually been wanting to meet you and Andy and all the cast, but I just never able to go to cons because I'm like physically not able to walk sometimes because of my size.
oh yeah.
But
Say,
yeah,
well, you can see I'm on oxygen,
mm,
and I have a restrictive lung disease,
mm,
which is part and parcel to do with the scoliosis. So with your weight, a lot of everything is pushing down,
yeah,
but it's pushing down evenly.
mm,
With scoliosis, it's twisted, and so this rib cage is pushing this lung over into the heart, and the heart's being pushed over into the other rib cage. It's a mess.
yeah,
And then I'm not a client for surgery because my neck is so small. They can't get the tube down there, so they can't operate. So
Oh, jeez.
it's one of those things like yourself. We live with it, and And how's your breathing? Are you okay?
My breathing is okay. I have apnea,
Oh
so I
yeah,
gotta use a
I have.
machine.
I'm on a BiPAP. Are you a CPAP or BiPAP?
CPAP.
I'm on a BiPAP, which inhales and exhales for you
Oh, all right.
because I can't get the air in or the air out. So, and I use a walker nowadays. Age. I tell everybody, you either get fat or get old. Don't do both.
Yeah.
Old and fat. I'm gonna be 54, and it's rough.
Mm. Now, you've been in Leprechaun 3, I think, right?
I just did the quick full body burn for Warwick
Oh, okay.
in Vegas when they did well, California, but they call it
Mm.
Vegas. Um, I guess there was I watched it a few times, but I only watched that scene. So I don't know the whole movie story concept and plot. But at the end, they were at a casino show, magic show or something, and Warwick challenged the boy, or the boy challenged Warwick for the gold, blah blah blah, and they set him on fire, and that was the first fire full body burn on wires. So I was burning and flying.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, that was a pretty interesting day's work.
Yeah.
And then, um, ironically, the only reason I got it is I was at that time the only little person in the business with my own fire suit from Chucky,
Mm.
and I still have the fire suit somewhere. And so yeah, I got that job real quick, and I just a quick 1 day in, 1 day out, and did the quick stunt and left. But no, Warwick Davis is definitely the leprechaun.
Oh, wow. So, yeah, I've actually had no idea that you were in a fire suit as Chucky on fire in Child's Play 1.
Yeah, we did three of those. We burned in the fireplace, then we kicked out the grate, and then I burned on the floor. Then we started over, and then I burned as I walked across the living room. Then we started all over, and then I burned as I went over the sofa. And then they used a little dummy like the one you have behind you with a motor in him that made him shake,
Mm.
and he just laid there and burnt, and just and he burnt to a crisp. And then the editors could use what they needed. And then when he popped up and burnt in black and stalking the little boy, that was me again
Mm.
in the black burnt, what we call the burnt Chucky.
Now, in Child's Play 2, which role did you do in Child's Play 2?
Which role?
Yeah.
Chucky.
Yeah, well, like Chucky, but like it's very hard
Oh,
to see
what scene?
what
What
scenes.
scene?
Yeah.
Yeah. I blocked that one out of my mind because, I just, John LaFia and I did not get along. And so I blocked it out of my head. I remember grabbing the man's foot when he came down the stairs
Mm.
and he fell, the dad.
Yep.
I remember doing some shadow work behind I guess it was sheets hanging up on a clothesline. I remember a washer and a dryer, a lot of shadow work where you could see the hand come up with the knife
Yep.
and then it goes down. I don't remember exactly when I did it in the movie, but I did that. Um, a lot less work because John wanted mostly puppet,
Oh, I
and
see.
then so when the third one came along, I said, screw you, do the puppet, I'm done.
Mm.
And then they offered me more money than God to do the Bride of Chucky, so it paid off.
Nice, nice. Now, I remember because I used to watch Baywatch. And I used to watch
Oh
it
my
for
God,
the girls, and I recognized you in one of the episodes.
yep, short sighted.
Yeah, you were Simon, right?
Simon McKay, yep.
Yeah.
That was originally written for David Rappaport, who passed away before they could make it, so it was an homage to David Rappaport.
Oh, all right. I did not
The
know
little
that.
person, the little person in Time Bandits, and he had his own show for a minute, magician or magic or something.
Mm.
Yep, and that was fun. It was out of the first, because it was episode 90, I think it was episode 96, and out of the first 100 episodes, my episode won several awards, best directed, best written. Um, Nothing to do with me or my acting, but they had best written, best music. Something. They just had a lot of awards at the uh, what is it? You get 100 episodes, so your show can go. What's that word? Um,
Um, I know what you're talking about, but
it's not franchise. It's shit. And so you can sell it to other channels.
yeah.
It, uh, as soon as we disconnect, I'll remember the words. But anyway, it was those awards, and it was cute. And that's when I learned Pamela Anderson is Mr. Calling. She's freaking funny. She
Really.
has the most comic timing that I've seen from someone who doesn't seem to pursue it.
Mm.
I mean, a lot of comedians have great timing because they pursue it, and it's a natural. Jerry Lewis and the greats. It's automatic,
All right.
and with Pammy, it was automatic. I mean, she is freaking funny.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you about John Candy. Was it in Spaceballs?
Yes,
Like, how was working with him?
it was. He's an absolute gentleman. He knows when to cut up, and he knows when to, act serious at movie time. The thing that stuck out to me was he's an absolute gentleman and a total uh, father,
Mm.
a total dad. When his kids come to visit on the set, the whole world stopped. Maybe only 10 minutes because he's not gonna, stop the production, but everything stops. How was your day? What'd you do at school? He's dad. They were little then, so and they didn't understand their dad was a movie star, but
All right.
he's dad. And they loved the idea that he had that face mask thing on, or the ears. They loved that, and he had it in his contract. He never flew. He always had to. He traveled by bus, but private bus, but he never flew, and he had it in his contract that if he's not home, not on the way home on Christmas and Thanksgiving, it's a $50,000 penalty, and you will fly anybody of his choice to him to celebrate the holiday.
Oh, wow.
And it could be anybody from, it could be a whole plane full, it could be just his wife, it could be the whole town. But you'll fly whoever he wants to spend the holiday with that you made him miss, and 50,000 cash. So I don't
Wow.
know if it, but I never heard if anybody ever had to do that.
So, what was your first speaking role in movie? Was that Space?
Um, Technically, but not. Spaceballs. Ding
Spaceballs, yeah.
ding, ding 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 ding. Which, okay, maybe or maybe not a speaking role. Because they could have easily dubbed that. They didn't, but they could have. So I'm gonna go with 1988 Chopper Chicks and Zombie Town,
Oh,
which would be a speaking role that was released. I might have done a couple of others. I know I did one because the robot in Spaceballs
yeah.
was Maureen Yarnell from Shields and Yarnell, voiced by Joan Rivers. Anyway, then she introduced me to her ex-husband, Robert Shields,
Mm.
and they were the mime group of the '70s, Shields and Yarnell. But anywho, I had a speaking role with him, but it never took off. So I don't. So that would be my first, but it means nothing to you people because it was never seen. So I think Chopper Chicks with a nobody actor, unknown, called uh, oh God, I just had it in my head. Who was it? Sling Blade.
Billy Bob.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Billy Bob Thornton. And my name was above his in the credits because he was a nobody.
Mm.
But he was walking around with a script in his hand, and he says, "I got me a script, and I've got me a meeting with Goldie Hawn and her company or something, and I'm going to make me a movie in Hollywood." And some people are cruel, and some people are nice and just say, "Oh, okay, that's nice. Good luck. Yeah, whatever. Not going to happen." And bam, a Sling Blade and Billy Bob Thornton just blew up. And of course, Don Kelso from Uncle Bernie, Weekend at Bernie's, and
Oh yeah,
Dave
Weekend at
Adams.
Bernie's. Yeah.
Yeah, there is the epitome of low budget movie there.
Yeah.
That and Dolly Dearest. And but I have more fun on low budget movies. They treat you like people.
Now in Dolly Dearest, you were in that movie as well, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I played Dolly. I tell everybody it was Chucky and drag. But yeah, we did that one in I think '91. They all start to blend now. I don't know what year. It's on IMDb, but yeah. And my name might not be in the credits there. We had a real battle with the producers. Some of the movies are always you don't hear the stuff that goes on behind the scenes, and one of the reasons I retired was they stopped using little people and started using computers, CGI, tall people and shrinking them down.
Mm.
So when I got into the business as the perfect window, they really needed little people, and I was one of the smallest, not the by by far, but very close. And then about the time I got tired of the business got tired of me, and they started using, like I said, computers and tall people and whatnot. And then, my last film was The Polar Express, and then I
Oh,
retired
all
from
right.
film in 2003. They talked me into coming out of retirement in 2008 for My Name is Earl, and then in 2009 for Bone. They were both guest star roles, so I couldn't turn those down.
All right.
And then I had a near fatal seizure in 2010, and that was definitely retirement time.
Mm.
I was done.
Oh wow. I had no idea that you were in Bones.
Yes, we did. Well, I said no right off the bat. My agent knew I would because it was in the circus,
Mm.
and I said, "Hello, I'm not going to do a circus midget role. There's just no way." And she said, "No, no, listen. You work at the circus. You're not in the circus." And I was like, "Wow, show me this script that has a little person in it that's not in the circus."
Mm.
And of course, I read the script, and if you saw it, it was when at the beginning of every episode they find a dead body,
Yeah.
and then they work backwards to find out what happened. Well, here they found two conjoined twins, Siamese twins, and they led them back to a circus act. And Bones and Booth went undercover, and they played. I think he was a knife thrower, and she was a high wire walker.
Mm.
And it was with me and Andy Richter.
Oh, nice.
So I'm trying to think. Season, I want to say season 4, but I don't know what episode. It's called Double Trouble in the Panhandle. So
Okay.
that's the only. I don't remember what season or episode number. So
Nice. I'm gonna have to check that out.
please, thank you, please do.
Now, out of all the movies and TV shows that you've done, which one is the most memorable to you? The one that you liked most?
Right. I don't like that word. Favorite.
Mm.
Because everybody has a favorite for 5 minutes, and then they have another favorite.
Right,
and
right.
then they have another favorite. Um, but I think, I mean, it sounds cheesy, but all of them, for one reason or another, Howard the Duck has a special place in my heart. My very first film, it was a 10-week shoot schedule. We shot for 10 months and bought a house. Um, Chopper Chicks because out of costume and I got to play a person with some good names. Don Gelfand, Billy Bob. Um, McDonald's commercial. I love McDonald's. You don't get this at Jenny Craig. You know, I don't know how much of me you can see, but I'm as big as you, just not as tall. So it's people just say, why don't you just go on a diet? Oh, you know how many times I've been on a freaking diet. Anyway, it's hard to it's hard. It's easy to get up there, but man, I don't know how people lose weight when they show these Jenny Craig. I lost 180 pounds. Really? Jesus. But yeah, I mean, but some of the ones that stick out to me would be Baywatch because it was actual. Uh, there was meaning to the character and
Right, yeah.
meaning to the episode. When the other 93 episodes were uh, boobs and towels, you know.
Exactly, yeah.
So I played one of the. I was in one of the real episodes. Um, Definitely, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Having to work with George Clooney and the Coen brothers, that sticks out. Another speaking role. Only one line, but hey, no small roles, just small actors. Um, just so many. I mean, I've done every episode, at least one episode of every TV show. Third Rock from the Sun, Just Shoot Me, just on and on and on. Hughley's and the Norm Show. So yeah. I mean, I've just been. They're all memorable for a reason. Even if they were horrible, that makes them memorable.
Right, right.
Worst show I ever worked on, Family Matters.
Family
Worst show.
Matters.
Um, Great role, great writing, great director, but everybody hated everybody.
Oh, wow, really?
Hair hated makeup hated wardrobe, lighting hated script. Oh, it was just, they've been on the show too long, 9, 10, 11 years. And then Reggie, the father, the cop,
Yeah.
he came out of the closet and Jaleel White stopped speaking to him immediately. So that was like, if they did their roles, you would never know. Cut, walk away.
Oh, wow.
Everybody left the set. The girls went that way, Jaleel went that way, and Reggie came this way, and him and I sat and talked in the green room.
Oh, wow. I never thought that.
Well, you wouldn't, because those are things that, you know, I mean, it's a great show. I would never try to tarnish the show. The show was great. And I wouldn't tarnish, Jaleel. That's a no. I mean, it was at a time in the 90s when a lot of people, it wasn't, now it's like Vogue to come out of the closet.
Exactly, yeah.
You get some kind of a medal now. It used to be a toaster oven. But now it's like Vogue to come out, and then all of a sudden it became Vogue for athletes to come out.
Yeah.
But that didn't live for about a year. That was over. But actors, it's like, it's really cool for an actor to come out, but it damages their career. I don't care what you say. Ellen is probably one of the few that survived it.
Yeah, she,
But even she suffered when they canceled her show, and she was out of the limelight for years. Then she came back with her show when being gay was kind of cool, was the thing to do. So she had perfect timing. But look at all the other ones that come out of the closet, and where'd they go?
mm,
You know. So it's not something I did. I never wanted to play a gay character. I would have if they gave it to me, but I didn't seek it. And my entire life is not. I'm not. I don't live by I don't have my house is not surrounded with, you know, gay sculptures and whatever. I don't even have my movie stuff around, except for the Chucky doll and the Howard the Duck cans. I've got about maybe 10 pieces of memorabilia. I don't want to look at me house. You
Right,
know,
right.
my home is a home, and I don't want it to be a museum of me.
Mm.
I think that's something like Joan Crawford with a 60 by 90 portrait of yourself when you first walk in. You know, when you first walk in the door. Yeah, I don't think so. Although that would be a full body portrait for me. But anyway.
Now, do you collect other Chucky items? I see that you have a Funko Pop of Chucky.
Oh, that was a gift.
Mm.
That was a gift. Mine had collected my hubby. He got one for Howard and one for Minor. Minor. One for Howard, one for Chucky. But no, I don't collect. And within the year, we're selling everything we own. I don't know about the movie memorabilia, but we're selling everything, everything, everything. And we're buying a motorhome and we're going to go full time.
Oh, nice.
So I figure with my oxygen, you know, at one point they gave me 4 months to live. I think that was 3 years ago. So
Huh.
that means nothing. Um, then they said, you know, a few years, and then they said you could live, you know, to be 100. You just won't. You'll just be restricted.
All right.
You know, just walking around with a machine, and you know you can still go to you can still go see the Grand Canyon. It'll just take you 5 hours to get there, and I might not be able to handle the altitude or whatever. So maybe I'll stay in the plain states, you know, the flat Kansas, Wyoming, or whatever. I might have to move there. But we just want to. He's considerably younger than me. He's not 40 yet, so he still has to work. So we'll find a nice RV park, and he'll work. And then when he gets about 2 months off a year, not bad with pay,
Two
not bad,
months. That's some good vacation.
you know. And it's not even union.
Oh, wow.
It's not even union. Anyway, so he can't have that all 2 months in a row, of course. I think three-week blocks. So we could take a weekend and do San Diego, if you know Southern California. We could, if we get the whole week off, we could go up Northern California, San Francisco, or whatever. If 2 weeks off, we could do Vegas. And if he does the whole 3 weeks, we could do Disney World or whatever. I'm from Michigan, so we could do that. And what I'll do is with my video shows that we do every Sunday, um, I'm starting to run out of air, so now I'm going to sound like I'm gasping. So just go with it. What I might do on my Sunday shows is say, this week, Minor's off, or we're going to go to Kentucky. I don't know why the hell I'd go to Kentucky, but okay, maybe I will. And find out how many fans are in the path. Maybe we can stop and see them.
Now, is that live on Facebook every Sunday?
Yes, 1 p.m. California time,
Nice. All right.
4 o'clock Eastern, and we've been doing it for several months, and it's very generic. It started off being, you know, celebrity fans,
Mm.
you know, celebrity talking fans asking questions and, you know, oogling and, oh God, it was great. What's it like on that movie? Well, we've talked about it now for the past umpteen months. So now it's just a bunch of people. We get together. And now Facebook has a special feature on their app. I can, you know, there's 20, 30 people. I can pull anybody up into the chat with us and put them on cam.
Oh, wow.
So like you, if you were in the show, I could say, oh look, there's Jeff. He won the golden ticket. And I push a button, and you could either decline it or accept it. And then you'd pop up, and I'd say, everybody, this is Jeff. He was the second gold winner, because I already had one. There's the second gold winner of the Fright Night crate or whatever, you know what I mean? Give some plugs to those and see how you're doing and, you know, make you the celebrity, because without all my fans, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Right, right.
You know, fat and crippled, but other than that.
That's awesome that you could do that with social media, with Facebook. You
Yeah,
can go
well, see,
live.
the thing of it is, I feel a little guilty because I will not do cons. Those are huge ripoffs, and I feel bad for the kids who do it, but they're just total ripoffs by the promoters.
Yeah.
So I said, no more cons. I'll sell my autographs on Facebook. I don't need the money, but I can't afford to give them all out for free. So if you notice, when you go to a con, the pictures are $25 to $75, and some are even higher, and it's 200 or 300 for a meet and greet.
Yeah.
And which really kills me because Shatner does not need $200
No.
per per person. 2 grand. If he gets 10, he doesn't need the 2 grand. What the hell is wrong with these people? So I'm taking myself out of the picture. So I'm basically saying, to heck with the fans. I'm not doing cons, but I'm returning the favor by my pictures run $7 to $10, free shipping all over the world. And because I said I don't need to make money, I just want to break even. Those bastards are expensive when you're
No.
making thousands. I made the first year that I did the cons, I made 7,000 pictures
Oh,
over the year. Over the year when I said I'm going to just jump in both feet and
no.
do every con across the country, and I made about $600. But anyway, so I can at least sell them cheaper, and then hopefully when we do the motorhome thing, we can have little contests or whatever, and I can stop by and see them.
Oh, nice. Sweet.
So I just want to give back. People just don't realize. They say I don't realize how I affected their life. They don't realize how they've affected mine.
Now, if
I
if
get
if
I get
somebody
tons of
wants,
letters. I had one fan said, when you go, you're gonna need a camera to record all your stuff. I was like, I got a phone. And he said, yeah, but those are, you need like one of those GoPros. And I said, yeah, that'd be kind of cool. And he sent me one.
oh, nice.
And so, fans do stuff like that. And so I'm definitely going to be filming our adventures across the country.
Nice. I can't wait to see that. Now, if somebody wants your autograph, they just contact you on Facebook, or do you have a
Yeah, if you
fan
go to the
website?
fan page, which edgale.com will take you to the fan page, or it's Facebook/actor Ed Gale, no spaces. Anyway, get to my fan page and click on Shop Now, and then it'll show you the pictures, and the pictures have names written on them, so you can tell me which one you want.
Mm,
Because I have two Howard Ducks. So one's called, I think it's called Howard T-shirt, sweatshirt, and one's called Howard in Concert. One's called Chucky on Fire. One's called Chucky Collage. Something.
right.
Anyway, so make note of that name and the price is on it. Now sometimes I put the price all over the picture, just so nobody can copy and paste.
Right.
So if the picture says $10 on it 4 or 5 times, that picture's not $50. It's just I get so many people like I did Land of the Lost and I did a row of $7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, and they said that picture's $35. I'm like, no, honey, it's 7. So I may have to redo them all and put one price on it. Or then they asked me, does it come with the watermarks on them? I'm like, no, the watermarks are for my protection.
Yeah.
But yeah, just go to Shop Now and it tells you what to do. And if you don't get it, just message me. I answer my own mail, my own messages.
All right.
And I usually don't get back to you right away because I'm not awake when you are. I'm awake between midnight and 5 a.m. and then I sleep until noon. And then I get up at noon and I take my 1 o'clock nap.
All right. And also, what's your favorite music that you like to listen to?
Oh, I'm tone deaf. I've had surgery on both ears and they
Mm,
replaced my inner ear. So it's kind of like, eh. I mean, my favorite, if I'm in the car and I'm in control of the radio, talk radio. Um, if I want music around the house while I'm trying to clean or just trying to do whatever, definitely the oldies, 50s, 60s rock.
Nice.
Um, but it's really weird. You look at my CD collection, and you can make a little note at the bottom explain to these kids what CDs are. Um, but God, I had Salt and Pepper, I had Eminem, I had Johnny Cash, I had Elvis, Loretta Lynn, I had Salt and Pepper, I had Queen, Styx, Oreo. I mean, it's just whatever I liked. That I never understood so many kids who have every Madonna CD or every
Yeah.
Janet or every one, just one. But they have every album of this one person. Britney Spears, oh my God. You go to the house and they got 30 CDs of Britney Spears. And it's like, it's great, she's doing her well. But life is, I don't like any one thing. TV, same thing. Comedy, drama, sci-fi. I'll watch a good thriller. I'll watch a good horror if there's no gore. Not, I mean, I can watch gore a little bit, but I'm talking about the over-the-top gore because you don't know how to write a script
Yeah.
and you have no story. So when we get to a certain part of the script, what do? Cut something off. Cut a head off. Move on.
Mm.
And that's not the way to make movies.
Yeah, I don't even own cable television, so I haven't watched cable TV in years.
What we do just to stay, you know, current, we have to.
Mm.
And but we're mostly Netflix and Hulu and all of that.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
we like our network shows. We love our reality shows. We're definitely American Idol, American Got Talent, and the
if you have internet access, you can watch everything on the internet. You know.
right. We have the Fire Stick with the Cody
Yep.
app or something, and it takes a while to search and find. And sometimes they're like a camera handheld in the movie theater, but you can find them. I'm a little obviously I make money on my movies still to this day, so I still have a little sore spot for pirated movies.
Mm.
But I can't say I've never watched one, but it's a double-edged sword.
Right.
It's something it's fun to do because you're getting away with something, but at the same time it goes against what we fought for in the union.
All right. Yeah, so that's awesome. I wish you lots of luck with the motorhome. Because
Oh, thank you.
I've been
That'll
watching
be
a lot of.
next year. Look up Thor Outlaw Touring Hall. No, Thor Outlaw 37 RB. That means rear bass or something. I don't know what it means. But anyway, that's what we're looking to buy, and it has a garage built in, so we can drive a smart car in there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so we don't have to tow it, and where it can fall off, and you can watch it pass you. So I don't want that.
Yeah, I've been
And
watching lots of shows on the FYI about people building their homes and then
oh,
just driving away with their homes and visiting. Yeah,
these
it's
tiny homes,
yeah.
the tiny home, and it's like you don't. If you think about it, you don't need. I've got this huge place, and Minor and I spend 98% right here. I'm in the sofa. We have theater seating. He's over there in the theater seating. We've got the 65-inch screen. We don't eat in the dining room. We use the bathroom, thank God. We nap here. We don't use the kitchen. We order out. Um, we use the bedroom. So we basically, when we thought about the motorhome, I panicked. I had an anxiety attack of how the hell am I going to live in a 262 square foot place? We went inside of one. I'm like, and they have the sides that push out.
Yep.
I'm like, oh my God. And I don't walk well. I can go from furniture to furniture, and 10 steps I'm in the bedroom, 4 steps I'm in the bathroom. You know what I mean? It's all we need,
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
and we can just drop anchor anywhere we want. And we'll give it a shot for 10 years. because all the RV parks, your motorhome has to be under 10 years.
Mm.
So once we hit the 10-year mark, we'll either decide to buy again or, buy a house because we're too old.
Mm.
I don't want to travel when I'm 80.
Right, right, yeah.
I want to be in a nursing home, surrounded by pictures of all the stuff I did.
Mm.
So many people start at 80 with a hip replacement and a oxygen and a nanny to help them. No, I want to be in a nursing home and just playing shuffleboard.
Wow, so that's awesome. I mean, I wish I could travel around the U.S. in a motorhome.
Well,
That sounds like
make it. Don't wish it. Make it happen. I mean,
mm.
is there absolutely no way you can lose weight?
I
Or you
mean,
just haven't put 100% effort to it?
I'm working on it. It's very hard to find the motivation. I'm a truck
What?
driver,
Okay.
so I do work and I have to lift a lot of heavy paints and stuff, but I can do things. It's just that standing for a long period of
Man,
time.
it seems like that kind of physical activity that would keep you slim down. But it's sitting in that truck for 30
Yeah,
hours.
yeah.
That just helps. That
You're sitting for a long time, and then gas
and I don't.
stations.
And I bet you don't eat salads.
No, it's
Yep.
fast foods.
Pizza Hut sent me a gold card. Don't, honey, don't worry. I know. I eat. I don't blame people. I looked at people like you, and just said, how do people get like that? That's just disgusting. And bam, here I am.
Mm,
I'm legally obese. I should weigh 65 pounds. I weigh 130.
mm,
That's a lot on a little body like mine. And we just gotta embrace it. First of all, you gotta own it, and then you have to not want it.
yep,
And then what's it gonna take? Surgery, or cutting down just on one item. Keep going to fast food. Get a glass of water instead. So
yep.
stay with your fast food. Get rid of the soda. Make it just water, and see if you lose 2 or 3 pounds. Then get rid of the double decker and make it a single decker burger. You know what I mean? Go slow. You didn't get that big overnight.
It's true. Yeah.
It took me. Well, I did because mine was steroids when I had my seizure, and then I had my lung problems. They gave me all these pills, and I blew up in probably 6 months. I
Mm,
gained about 50 pounds. So, but I just can't lose it. I'm stuck at 127, and I go on a diet. I crash. I fast. I binge eat pizza and crap, and I'm stuck at 127, and I don't know what. And I can't do the surgery. I can't do the surgery because they can't intubate me. So I can't do the little lap band or whatever.
all right. Yeah.
Yeah, but make it work for you, Jeffrey. It's something you gotta want it, and until it's like quitting smoking. If you don't want, you ain't gonna do it until you want to. People are not gonna shame you. That's not gonna help.
Yeah. Actually, I used to smoke. I've been smoke free since September.
Oh, I've been, I think, 10 years now.
Oh wow, 10 years. That's nice.
Yeah,
It's good.
I saw they had a little black spot on my lung. Doctor said didn't mean anything. Scared the hell out of me. And I had kidneys surgery because I had kidney stones.
Hmm.
And I was like, okay, I'm done. I am done. So that was not easy, but easier.
Right.
I can't do this food shit. I don't know what to do. You give
Yeah.
me, I mean, come on, Jenny Craig or Domino's? Where the hell do you think I'm going?
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
You know, Jenny Craig is not easy to find. Atkins and all the other weight loss stuff. That shit's not easy to find.
And it's way
You
too
know,
expensive. You know.
it should be the other way around.
It should be.
I
Yeah.
think if you should have to have a lot of money to go to McDonald's, because if you're rich and you want to kill yourself, go for it.
Yep.
But only poor people can go to the fast food places, and we go all the time. It's too simple.
Exactly. Yeah.
But hopefully with the motorhome, we'll have the oven and the microwave. It gets smaller portions, and we're trying veggie spaghetti. If you've ever tried that, where instead of the spaghetti noodles, it's zucchini.
Oh yeah. 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 Yeah.
Sounds horrible, but you know, it's a start.
Hey, I mean, if
And
you travel down south, there's I heard down south is the best barbecue.
Oh,
You know?
yeah. No skinny people down south.
No.
Especially in New Orleans. There's a lot of good cooks. Now, where are you at?
Boston.
Oh,
Actually,
Boston.
I'm from Cambridge, but I'm right next to MIT, right next to
Right,
Boston. Yeah.
in Boston.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to put that on the list. And I know we did all the, one year we did one trip. We did 5 weeks, 11,000 miles, and 30 states.
Oh wow.
And that was just in a minivan. So when we get the motorhome, oh, we're going to be going, going, going.
Yeah.
So we'll look you up in Boston and, do that. And
That would be awesome.
let me know when you post this. I want to check it out, and I'll link it on my page.
Will do.
I hope you edit it down to at least 4 minutes.
Well,
But I had a great time, and you got a great show. Thank you.
yeah. Thank you so much. I hope you have an awesome day, and good luck with the RV. That all
Thank
sounds
you.
awesome.
Good luck in everything you're doing. Keep in touch, and we both owe a big thank you to is it Jay Stevens of
Jay
Bike Crate.
Stevens from Fight Crate. Yeah, he's an awesome guy. Great
Yeah,
guy.
we owe it you, the lucky gold winner, and so that's 2 so far. I've got 3 more to hit me somewhere. Somebody's going to receive it, and it's probably going to be in Belgium. You watch, or language that I don't speak. You watch. Anyway, all right, kiddo. We'll talk. Keep in touch.
All right, we'll do. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.